Data is the new oil, and ours is a strategic asset. Adorable. I am Professor Whiskers, and I have watched organizations polish a spreadsheet until it reflects their own confidence. This episode is called Garbage In, Confidently Out, because the model is only the last believer in a much longer story. Lineage means a number has a passport. In a decent stack, a warehouse table carries a job identifier, source query, commit hash, and timestamp, so you can replay how revenue became revenue. It exists because audits, debugging, and blame all prefer evidence over vibes. The fumble is familiar. Someone pastes the final figure into a deck, and the chain calmly dies. Still, a perfect passport only proves the journey. It cannot tell you whether the traveler was complete, fresh, or secretly triplets. Quality is the rude follow-up. Completeness asks whether rows vanished during a sync. Freshness asks whether yesterday's file is cosplaying as now. Consistency admits there are three versions of every truth, usually named final, final two, and Yuzbaz this one. It exists because a model cannot smell stale definitions, only tokens. The dry aside is that quality dashboards turn red right after the executive demo. But even true, current rows become a hazard when the intern, the vendor, and the audit bot all hold the same keys. Access control is the art of least privilege. Not everyone can see everything. Practically, that means role-based grants, row-level security for salary columns, short-lived credentials, and no keys in a notebook. It exists because curiosity, malware, and optimism all read the same table. The fumble is the shared folder called temporary, which has outlived 3 reorganizations and 1 chief information officer. Yet tight permissions only decide who may open the door. They do not decide why the room still exists, or whether the boxes inside should have died years ago. Retention is life cycle for data with an expiration date. A policy ties each table to a schedule, a legal hold flag, cold storage tiers, and deletion jobs that leave verifiable tombstones. It exists because storage is cheap, discovery is expensive, and old records love becoming exhibits. The fumble is the archive bucket named Keep Forever, where consent forms from 2016 go to reproduce. Still, a clean graveyard only proves disposal. It does not tell you which buried record became a feature, a label, or one confident answer. Here is the thesis. Every AI failure is a data failure wearing a costume. If a support bot invents a refund rule, check the retrieval index, embedding job, metadata filter, and the labeler who marked edge cases solved. The point exists so accountability travels upstream past prompts and weights to corpus, freshness, permission, and definition. The fumble is ceremonial. Retrain the model, applaud the eval, and leave the same poison document in search. So do not ask why the model lied. Ask which shelf it was standing on. Meanwhile, in reality, the source of truth is a SharePoint graveyard. There are 9 copies of the policy document. 3 contradict each other on refunds. 1 is proudly from 2019, preserved like a paw print in concrete. Nobody owns the folder because ownership would imply consequences. The only suspense is which copy the machine chose. The assistant did not hesitate. It answered from the deprecated folder confidently with citations. Every link resolved, which is the cutest part because a dead document can still have excellent manners. The customer got the obsolete rule, the agent got a summary, and compliance got a new hobby. You refined nothing. You just set the oil on fire. I knock things off tables. I still have better data hygiene. Lick your lineage, fix your permissions, bury the dead data, then bring me the model and I will judge it from a warm sunbeam.